German sports talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Bombshell news, bombshell boxing news, man. First of all, what does that say? Die, Bart, die, right? Or like your boy Sideshow Bob would say, D-Bod, D. But it's die, Bart, die. And Bart, what is that? Badass rigged titles, right? Badass rigged titles, right? Listen, the GOAT, right? TBE, whatever you want to call it. One of the baddest evers in your lifetime for sure. It's only a couple of people I was going to do a video the other day, like when it comes to welterweight, only one I think, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns gives Floyd Mayweather a hard fight. We don't know if they beat him, though. You know what I mean? But Floyd Mayweather is one of the baddest ever. Now he's a promoter, right? Promoter, a big one, affiliated with the biggest company in boxing right now, who's flourishing in boxing because don't have any shenanigans, and that's the PBC. We have great cards coming from them, fighters fighting each other, and all of the fighters are very, very happy. Now, what you have to say there is, uh, somebody like Floyd Mayweather is somebody you're going to listen to, right? You're going to listen to. And this is going to make people nervous. It's going to make a lot of people in boxing nervous because Floyd Mayweather has addressed the point that what we've been talking about forever. There is too many damn belts in boxing. Just way too many damn belts. And I talk about them all the time because it's easy to tell you how they are. WBO, right? WBA, WBC, right? Then you got the IBF. Those are the four ones that should count, and that's it. WBO, I was around when that came out. WBO wasn't what, about 30 years ago. That's when it came, when you had a Darius Miskowski from Poland, who was undefeated, right, in that super middleweight division. Should have fought Roy Jones back in the day. That started getting significant WBO. Or when Herbie Hyde had the heavyweight championship, losing it to your boy Vitaly Klitschko. That's when it started getting significant. And at that point, then okay. But after that point, that's it. But here, that was four, right? We had the IBO coming through the back door with the IBA. That gives us six. And here's when the shenanigans just even go further. That's when now you got the franchise championship, which is seven, what is messing up the whole boxing right now. Because franchise basically means we're going to give it to this guy with no merit. We're going to give it to him, and he doesn't have to defend it. Then again, he does have to defend it when we like the guy that he defended against, but we don't, you know. So we basically don't have to fight mandatories. Why would you want a belt like that that stops people from fighting mandatory challengers, right? But we've got that one, right? What is that? Number 7. Number 8 is the WBA regular, right? We have a champion in the division, but we make a WBA regular champion that's under him, not good in most cases. If it wasn't for Guillermo Rigondeaux with a regular championship and Gervonta Davis with a regular championship, they really wouldn't mean nothing at all, right? Because the other regulars, you know who the regular championship in the heavyweight division is? I like to say it all the time. Manuel Char. He's not in your top 10, is he? Probably not your top 20. That's what I'm saying. So regular doesn't mean anything, but it's there, right? That's 8. Now you got one gold. You got a gold. I told you somebody with a gold championship is talking smack the world over. I mean, I got gold on mine. I don't know what this regular dude is, but he ain't bet more than me. I got gold. That's 9. And the last one, is a global champion. Global. And you know he gonna talk smack, man. I got the world over, man. What does global mean to you, dude? 10 people talking smack. You say where the champion is. I've been saying this for 2 years. If you in the auditorium and they say, hey, champ, stand up, everybody except you is gonna stand up. And Floyd Mayweather is on it. I'm just gonna put the article in the description box so you can read it. But he went off about it. Everybody, including my company, there's way too many champions. And the reason they got these champions is the sanction fees, right? Sanctioning fees, you're gonna get about 3%. You got a flat rate going, flat fee going on. Then you have about 3% what they're gonna get. Now, imagine you have undisputed. That 3% goes up to 12% because it's for sanctioning bodies that matter. Probably one of the reasons we're not getting undisputed, right? I'm complaining about undisputed. Why we're not getting it? Because people are like, well, shoot, we got to give up way more of our money. All these belts, they want their money, right? And actually, undisputed should be cheaper. It should be okay, 12%, but we're going down to 6 because the simple fact in this fight, everybody just go and get a little bit less than they normally want. You get 1.5% for this one because it's about undisputed. But if you don't do something about that, then ain't nobody gonna want to fight and pay that. You see what I'm saying? So it's just ridiculous what's going on right there. But let me tell you, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, he is the kind, right? That's why this is bombshell news. Coming from Floyd Mayweather, people are going to pay attention. There's enough people that hate Floyd Mayweather, and there's enough people that love Floyd Mayweather, and there's people in between that know his significance, whether you love him or hate him. See what I mean? But when he says something like this, being a promoter too, being one of the best boxers, he's irked by everybody on TV every weekend. People got belts wrapped around their shoulders, just any kind of belts nowadays. That is, when a traditionalist, somebody who's a boxing tradition, that will irk you. I've seen it in other sports. You can't keep making up stuff, man. You'll mess up the tradition. And now Floyd Mayweather's messed around and came to the old school side of boxing, and he understands that. And it's way too many stuff. And then when you have all these belts, the finagling, the cheating just can go on. What we got, the franchise is nothing but cheating. That's what the franchise belt is. It's a cheating belt. They just basically, we give him this dude so he don't have to fight somebody, and we're gonna give this dude so he don't have to fight somebody. Just making up rules. Get it all the way out of here. It shouldn't have anything to do. And like to bring me to my point again, right? Boxing should have ranking like tennis. That's what boxing should have. Not say, okay, you can have 4 champions. Four, and we stop there. The other ones just stop saying it, right? 4 champions. You still could be ranked 1 through 4 because you're a champion. But then you start having other criteria that makes who's the main champion is the one who's most unified, right? With the harder opponents, right? Because everybody else has a number. You got the top 4, and then you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if number 1 is fighting only numbers 14 to 20, right? Number 2 and 3 are knocking at the door and they're fighting harder opponents, then that ranking he gets taken away from the number 1 ranking because they get points, right? You have to figure out a way, a system to get the shenanigans out of boxing. And what I mean by shenanigans is that we can just put people places and say they're better than people and they don't have to fight these people. That's what this is all about, right? Undisputed injustice. So it's all about. So this is a super duper duper bombshell, and I hope it reverberates through the world of boxing because it should. This is the major problem with boxing right here. This is the biggest problem with boxing right here. And if we can do something about that, then we'll be okay. So what I'm saying is, boom, again, die, bark, die. Badass rig titles. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. I'm happy, and I'm up out of here.